Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I hope you're having a great day. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Sagittarius out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and just leave the rest for someone else. Remember that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, Sagittarius, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's just obviously not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Sagittarius? All right, Sagittarius, you're starting out with the Five of Wands. You have the Three of Pentacles. And you have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. All right, so I definitely see that there's been conflict with somebody. It looks like it was within an established foundation. I see you trying to work this out, and at some point understanding that, you know, maybe somebody else is not trying to. I'm seeing someone else who might be icy and cold and difficult to deal with. There is somebody that is involved in this, lurking in the background. Whoever this person is watching you. I don't know if it's the person that's in your energy or somebody who has watched this conflict. With the Four of Pentacles here in the reverse, you're basically saying, we can work this out. Let's just let bygones be bygones. I feel like you're kind of opening yourself up. You're making yourself vulnerable, you know, in the situation. So let's see who is in your energy. Yeah, I feel like you let your guard down to try to work this out with somebody. A lot of you are also working very hard right now, trying to build something that is going to be very stable. Show me who's in Sagittarius energy. All right, the person in your energy, we have the Fairy Godmother in reverse. Now, in this deck, that is the Empress. We have the Four of Cups, and we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. So the person that's in your energy, I have to be honest, this person is in a little bit of a poverty mindset right now. I feel like this is somebody that, you know, feels a deep sense of loss. They could feel like, well, maybe things are just not going to grow in this connection. I do see them thinking about you a lot. There's this energy of like daydreaming, thinking. They're definitely in their emotions. With the Four of Wands in the reverse, though, I do see an ending, and I feel like, you know, this person is feeling like there's no stability here. There's no growth. It's just not going to grow. So, but they're melancholy about this. They're melancholy. They're looking back at the relationship and everything that occurred. So they are definitely thinking about you, but they tend to be a little pessimistic in their thoughts. I can definitely see that at some point this person was very nurturing and now they are not. This is why you're perceiving them as being icy and cold. Let me see, show me the energy between Sagittarius and this person, which is ironic because they don't see themselves in that way at all. They see themselves as being somebody that's warm and nurturing, and maybe they are at times, but right now they're not. Nine of Swords, you both are thinking about one another a lot. There's a lot of anxiety about this situation. Yeah, definitely a lot of pain as well. So let me see what's affecting this connection. The Two of Wands, you may get a visitor or you may be deciding to visit this person. Yeah, the Two of Wands is making plans on a direction that you want to move. And in this deck, it shows like an unexpected visitor. So, yeah, let me see the outcome. Oh. Okay, so in your outcome, you have Temptation in reverse. Now, Temptation is the Devil card in this particular deck. And so this is coming out of toxicity. It's coming out of, you know, a toxic situation or a toxic energy. It does also show me that there's a door that you're wanting to open, has not quite opened yet, or perhaps this person. But I also feel like I also feel like this is also working either on yourselves individually or working on the connection. So we'll clarify to see. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn. Yeah. I'm also seeing Libra and Taurus energy. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune, and that's actually really good. It's underlying energy, and it does show that there could be a cyclical nature to this. It could also indicate that you have experienced past lives with this person, and that's where the cyclical nature would be. There is a cycle here that is closing out, though, so a new cycle can begin. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, this is all happening in your favor, whether it feels like it right now or not. So let me clarify your reading, Sagittarius. Spirit, why is the Five of Wands here? Why is the Five of Wands here? All right, so we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, and the World in reverse. You don't feel like everything is over between you and this person. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is here, which is a little different from the World, but it's got similar energies, okay? So I do feel like you don't think things are over, but there's a cycle that does need to close out in order for things to move forward in a positive manner. So you've put your guard up with this person, and it likely happened because of the conflict that has occurred here. You're open to talking to them, though. Yeah, you think about them a lot. You're concerned. There's a lot of anxiety about this, but I do feel like you're open to talking to them, but you are going to be a little guarded. You are going to definitely institute those boundaries. So let me see the Three of Pentacles. Like I said earlier, I feel like you do want to work things out with this person. All right, Four of Cups reversed, Seven of Cups, and the Hierophant in the reverse. Yeah, you felt disrespected. You felt very disrespected. I see the ending here. The ending could have occurred because of, somebody having options. Like I said earlier, there is somebody in the background that is watching everything that's taking place here. It could be somebody in your workplace, doesn't have to be. For that matter, it could be in some other type of institution like a church or a spiritual place. But what I'm seeing is that you're looking back at everything, Sagittarius. There's a little bit of confusion as to why all this took place, why this ended. But I also see that it has something to do with options or confusion. Regardless, I feel like you'd like to work it out. Let me see the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're going to approach this person. Now, it certainly could be that the energies are reversed, but what I'm seeing is that you're going to let your guard down and you're going to approach this person. It's likely that it's going to be during a moment of impulsivity, perhaps, or you could be receiving advice from close friends or family members that's saying, hey, you know what, Sagittarius, if you want to, get this back together here, then you're going to need to go in and talk to them. So I see you letting your guard down. I see your energy actually is pretty good. I see your energy being one where you're confused about some of the things that took place here. You want to work it out. You do have good boundaries, which is good. And I see you being the one to take the initiative. So let's look at their energy. Show me the Empress in reverse. Show me the Empress in reverse. All right, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, Gemini energy. So yeah, this person has pulled way back. They're not nurturing the connection. I do feel like they're in a poverty mindset for sure, because we have this Queen of Pentacles. They're feeling a deep sense of loss with this connection. They're considering also moving towards you, but they're hoping that you will come towards them. They see you as a soulmate, Sagittarius, and they do want to work this out as well. I do feel like this person is not as self-assured as you are, because your energy looks pretty confident and theirs looks like they're not quite as self-assured. There's a need for them to actually nurture themselves and work on their, realizing their value, their self-esteem. So let me see the Four of Cups. Show me the Four of Cups for the person in Sagittarius energy. All right, Four of Coins reversed. You both have that. And the Strength card. So this person is going to also lower their guard. I do feel like if you approach this person, because they have strong feelings for you, and they've been sitting here thinking about you, and they're thinking about you in a positive way. And I do feel like it's going to take a lot for them to lower their guard, but they will. Because I feel like you're lowering your guard, you're approaching them, they're sitting here hoping and wishing you would, and when you do, they're like, yeah, I wanted to talk to you too, I've been thinking about you too, so I think it's going to be a good reception. Let me see the Four of Wands. Now, there is something about this person needing stability and feeling like their life is very unstable. And that's affecting their ability to grow or to grow this connection. It could be financial instability even, because I do see that their money's not moving as quickly as they want it to. So that could be an issue. Show me the Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah, Three of Swords reversed and the Chariot in reverse. So I'm seeing Leo energy and Cancerian energy, but this person is trying to heal. They're trying to heal. They've been heartbroken and they're trying to heal, and therefore I don't see them moving towards you. But if you move towards them, you're going to be received very well. They have a difficult time moving forward. And I feel like it's because they're just not as self-assured as you are, and they're trying to heal. So they could have actually moved, or they could be at a distance from you as well. Let me look at the energy between Sagittarius and this person. Ah, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. That's your underlying energy, and the Three of Cups. So let me tell you, this person wants to reunite with you just as much as you do. They think about you a lot. Both of you have been thinking about each other a lot. Now, here's the thing, is that this entire thing has happened in such a way that is to your benefit, whether you're aware of it or not. I don't know why, but ask yourself that, because there is something here that is working in your favor, and you'll know what it is. It's different for each person, but this is actually going to work out in your favor. And I will also tell you, it may even have something to do with boundaries, putting up boundaries or having boundaries. But I do see that things are going to start turning. Things are going to start moving forward. This is not over by a long shot. And this person wants this reunion with you just as much as you do. So, yeah, look at that. Bottom of the deck's the Fool in reverse. So this tells me that there is a new beginning that is not quite happened. Let me see this Two of Wands. It's trying to come in. Show me the Two of Wands. Six of Swords. And the Knight of Cups. There it is. There it is. You're looking at options on how to come forward. How to, you want to learn from the experience. You want to work it out, but you don't want to just come in with confusion, or, you want to have or carrying, you know, the past. What you wanting to do, Sagittarius, and I think it's admirable, is that you want to work this out, but you want to do it in a loving way. You want to do it with clarity. You may have gotten some bad advice from somebody as well, so be careful with that. But you want to grow from the experience, you know? And so I do see you going to visit this person. I see you extending this cup of love. And how is it going to be received? Well, very well, because this person has strong feelings for you. It's not like they just, you know, went off and forgot you. Both of you have been thinking about each other. So I do feel that, you know, it's going to take the, because there was chaos. There was conflict and chaos. So it's going to remove the chaos and move this connection to a better place. And I see you currently making plans, trying to figure out the best way to approach this person. And you're going to be received very well. You're both open to this. You're both letting your guard down in order to work this out. So it's good energy. Let me see the outcome. You might be dealing with a Capricorn. All right. So we have the Eight of Wands reversed. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed. And then we have Judgment. All right. So if there was somebody else involved in this situation that made that toxic, that person is out of the picture. And it would likely have been on your side, Sagittarius. You will be blocking that person if that's the case. You're letting, so I don't know if you had options, if you were thinking of someone else or maybe talking to someone else and it was bordering on toxic energy, because this person in your energy doesn't want any third party type of stuff. If that's the case, you not only ended that, but you blocked that person. Yeah, because you're working on this connection and you see this is long term, and I definitely see you coming in because you love this person. You have passion for them. You love them. I also see, though, that some of you with this Page of Pentacles in the reverse, this is not quite happening just yet. There hasn't been the reaching out. And it would be on your side because you're the one who's making the plans. Two of Wands is planning to come in with this cup of love. You could have people telling you, possibly close friends or family, trying to guide you on what you need to say, what you need to do. Regardless, I feel like it hasn't quite happened by the end of the week. I feel like there's still no communication. You're likely not talking with this person just yet. But I do feel that when it's going to be an impulsive move on your side, that you're going to just open up to this person. Right now, you're holding back. Now, for some of you, distance is absolutely a factor in this. Or family could be a factor involved in this. So I see you holding back by the end of the week, making these plans, and then impulsively in the future coming towards them. This person wants the reconciliation. I'm telling you now, they definitely do. They were heartbroken at the ending of this connection, and I feel like they have not moved on. I feel like they want this, you know, they want this reconciliation. That being said, I don't think they will reach out. So you making plans to do so is likely to be the best thing if you do want to be with this person. So, yep. All right, so bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups. That's underlying energy, which tells me that somebody walked away from this connection. And I have to be honest, Sagittarius, I do think it might have been on your side. Could have been both of you, though, actually. But I feel like you will be the one that's making the move, and I feel like you're planning it right now, but you have not, by the end of the week, it doesn't look like most of you would have executed it. And I also feel like it's important to you to come in the right way. So I'm going to pull an oracle card. Pulling for Sagittarius. I think that if you do decide to do that, Sagittarius, because you're just looking at it as an option right now, I do feel like if you decide to, you will be very well received. And I do feel like you will have a good result from it if you want to be with this person. All right, so you have number 17, and this card is called Beauty. So let me read that for you. Recognize your inner and outer beauty. You are beautiful, special, unique, and attractive. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and felt really good about what you see? Did you know that your features can literally change based on how you feel about yourself and your life? Your internal experiences are etched on your face and your body. People can feel your energy when you enter a room. When a person who is not thought of as being physically good-looking connects to their own inner light, wisdom, and warmth, the glow that emanates from within makes them extremely appealing and attracts people and opportunities towards them. Focus on what you love about yourself and allow yourself to shine. If you're challenged by how you see yourself, this could be a perfect time for an internal and an external makeover. All right, I hope this has been helpful, Sagittarius. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Sagittarius, know that you are loved, and namaste.